Passover, Pesach, is in 10 days. April 22nd begins Pesach. Last week we spoke about the matzah, the most significant part of Passover, and getting rid of the chametz. Today let's delve a little deeper into other things that we don't eat in Passover. Now you're probably doing your Passover shopping. You're looking for your gefilte fish, your bitter herbs, your brisket, your pastrami, other things that you eat for Pesach, and your whitefish. What's the difference between whitefish that's kosher for Passover and whitefish that's not kosher for Passover? It seems to be insignificant. What could already be in whitefish? Well, besides the actual fermented grain that we're not supposed to eat on Passover, the chametz, the real chametz of the 5 grains that we're not supposed to eat, our sages have also said that since corn could be made into bread, and the same thing with rice and other legumes, Ashkenazi Jews don't eat legumes on Passover. We don't eat anything made out of rice or corn or beans, which means that anything that has corn syrup, which is quite an ingredient that finds itself into many foods, processed foods, we can't eat that on Passover. You may notice there are special runs of Coca-Cola for Passover. They have a special yellow cap, and they're called kosher Passover Coke. What could be in Coke? Because Coke has corn syrup, except the ones that are kosher Passover have sugar instead, which is kosher Passover. They say it tastes better also, I don't know. So let's look at the whitefish, for instance. In our deli, this whitefish, naturally smoked salad, has an OUP, kosher for Passover. This one, it looks identical, does not have that special symbol because it's not made for Passover, and there's some ingredient that is different. This gefilte fish is kosher for Passover. It has an OUP, and this pastrami has a special run for Passover, as you can see over here. And if you come by over here, you'll find many different provisions. Today they make so many things that are kosher for Passover: ketchup, Russian dressing, onions, chocolate, oil, all have that special symbol that says kosher for the Pesach, kosher for Passover. Pizza sauce, even though you can't really have full pizza on Passover, there's ways of doing it. You come by here, you could find some wine, sparkling wine, dry wine, other wines, of course, matzah from Israel, different kinds of matzah, and lots of things in our freezer and our fridge: chopped liver, some cheese, some gefilte fish, some chicken, and other provisions, cheeses, dairy things, hot dogs, salami, horseradish, and so on. Now, you may remember as a child, your grandma used to make special fish for Passover, and it started with the live fish that was in the bathtub, and they wanted to make it authentically from scratch, so they had this fish in the bathtub swimming around for a while, and then before Passover, they would prepare it as gefilte fish. I never saw that in my house, and I'm lucky that I didn't. But if you have, you may have been traumatized by this experience, and therefore you may not like to have raw fish made into gefilte fish. You'd rather buy in the jars. Now there are different kinds, and some of them are pretty good. But have you ever tried to make your own gefilte fish? So another way of doing this is something in between. You could buy frozen gefilte fish. And they come in different types of frozen gefilte fish. Some of them are sweet, some of them are not sweet, some of them are kosher for Passover, some of them are not kosher for Passover. They have different ingredients, and you have to look out for the kosher for Passover. And to make these are very simple. You keep it in the freezer, and they're wrapped in a wrapping inside. And over here it says the directions are: bring to a boil, season to taste, place the wrapped fish into boiling water, cook for 1.5 hours. And there you have your gefilte fish. You take it out, you cool it down, and you serve it on Passover. Try it a few times before you serve it to your guest, but pretty delicious, and it gives you a home feeling of making your own gefilte fish. May we all experience a kosher and happy Passover. I hope you join us. Hope you visit our deli, our store, our Passover store. We're here during the daytime, regular business hours. Come by. If you want to order something special, call us as well, or send us an email. We'd love to help you in your Passover provisions. Shabbat Shalom and happy and kosher Passover.